20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes.
Is there anybody out there that wants to roll? And is there anybody out there that wants to boogie? Tonight, live from the Apollo, Glasgow.
Well, if you're looking for trouble, I'm the man to see. If you're looking for satisfaction, it's satisfaction guaranteed. I'm as cool as a body on ice, hotter than the rolling dice. Send you to heaven, or take you to hell. I ain't fooling, count your tail. I'm alive, I'm alive.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Glasgow Polo Live show. Andy's just powdering his nose, but I thought I'd start slightly early just to talk about something that we've been trying to get working on the Facebook group. On the screen here, you'll see it says if you want to comment with your name in the comments on the actual video, if you could please click that link. Now, I've put it in the Facebook group, so just going to be a couple of minutes. If folk want to go into the Facebook group, if they want to comment, you can still comment anonymously, and I'll try and get your name off the other laptop, but we're trying to just improve the sleekness of this at the moment. So if you don't mind, guys, if you want to comment, click on the link, let me know how it goes. Now, I know somebody tried the link earlier and it didn't work, and I suspect that might be to do with the fact that it's got to be done when the show's running. I'm not certain though. Restream, who are responsible for this, have literally just started it a couple of days ago, so it's all new. Hello, Andy. How you doing?
Hello. Have you been waiting long?
We're just having a wee chat about the new thing on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
So, if we could we'll just wait. I know we've not done this sort of thing before, but we'll just wait a minute or so. If any of you want to do that, you can do it during the show. It takes literally 4 clicks to get it.
Doug's done it. Doug's done it.
Good. It is dead easy. So hopefully we'll get in. And what that means is I can do that. Look, there you go, Raymond. Like, see how easy it is now. I can put your name up. It's dead easy. And it really, really helps. So the funny thing is I've not done it. So if I comment in the group, mate, it doesn't appear. So it's quite funny. So that's me there. Where is it? Oh no, it did appear. It does work. I must have done it. Oh, I'm losing my marbles again. So, anyway, how's your week been, mate? Before we start the show, we're just going to give folk a couple of minutes to do this. So, how's your week been? Had a good week?
Week's been fine. Yep.
Did you hear about, this is non-Apollo related while folk are clicking links and stuff, but did you hear about Chick Corea dying today?
I did hear about Chick Corea dying.
Yeah.
I didn't really know much about his music, but
yeah, he was a bit of a legend, and I mean, I'm not a huge, as you know, I'm not a huge jazz fan. But as Alice Cooper says, in every genre there are geniuses, and this guy is extraordinary, and I loved him. He was 79, and he got they said it was a difficult cancer that he got, and unfortunately 3 days later he's away. So he was literally 4 days ago. He had a live show thing, and it just died. So it's very, very sad. I actually saw him once. I was working in Toronto, and it was a long time ago, probably 19 years ago. And I went out that night to this place. It's called Healy's, which was Jeff Healey. I don't know if any of you remember Jeff Healey, the blind blues guitarist who came to fame not just because he was an absolutely incredible guitarist, but because he was in the film Roadhouse. Do you remember Roadhouse? And the band, there was only about 10 of us in this club, And the guy came on and his microphone, he said, I'd like you to welcome tonight the house band. And it was BB King's band, right? And there was nobody there. I mean, there was literally 10 people in this, quite a large place. And when they came on, they were really good. But I kept noticing this guy on the piano in the corner. And guess who it was? It was Chick Corea. He was in town and he just decided to come and jam with the guys from the BB King band. And he was extraordinary. Now, he wasn't playing jazz, thank God. Sorry if you like jazz, folks. But he was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. So, right. So I've just talked pish for about 5 minutes deliberately. Can we get on with the show now? Thanks, guys. I see some of you.
Sure.
That's fantastic. So tonight, well, there you go, Bond. See, your name is now in the show. Yeah. So it's working great. Thank you very, very much. That's brilliant. So tonight, well, we've got the usual. We're going to look at who played this week. Then we're going to talk about what was happening on the socials. We've got a video to play during that because there was a bit of a debate. So I thought we'd play a bit of the debated band and have a think about it. We're then going to talk about how many of you have sent in your videos this week for the Apollo Memories video shoot. And then we're just, yeah. And then we're going to finish with I think it's amazing. I hadn't heard it before. I'd heard of the band and I'd definitely heard of the singer. But I think it's the first time we've featured music from the Apollo from a support act. I know we've spoken about support acts and we've played other bands that have been support acts, but this was actually when the band was a support act, supporting somebody rather well known, which we will also talk about tonight. So how's that sound, mate?
Sounds like a plan.
Like a plan. All right. So to get things going then, we're going to do this. That's definitely much better, isn't it?
I love that music.
We're both here drumming in
That's what I was going to do. I was going to go, good evening, pop pickers.
Well,
right, we're doing a top 100 clap. I don't know. I can't do his voice. Okay, well, it was must be the start of band season because not band season. Better not say that. It's okay. I've got it on my screen, but that's for the people's.
Yes.
The viewer.
The viewer.
always just go for one viewer. That's fine. One's enough. Yeah. Well, Hawkwind. Did I listen to that bootleg? I listened to a bit of that bootleg this week. Good. Once again, every band there would probably be very, very good because they wouldn't be there if they weren't. Few highlights. All of them. Roy Wood and Wizard.
Yeah.
Did you go to that?
No, it says back in the 1970s, man. I was running around in forests with shorts on.
But that was just after you went to see the Wombles. Anyway, so I wonder if they played I wonder when that Christmas song came out. I wonder if they played it then. Just we'll just play it anyway. It's quite close. Ralph McTell, he was he was one of our first contributors to the website. He gave us a nice little thing.
Yeah,
a nice little thing.
Sorry.
No, on you go.
He was the guy who he actually called us to give us advice about the website.
Oh, did he?
He did. And then we interviewed him. It's on the website, the interview we did with him. But he was really nice. Really nice. So sorry I interrupted you, mate. Sorry.
That's all right. It's fine. It's fine. Because I knew you would. The Glitter Band. I'm not sure if that is with Guy, but maybe it was. I don't know. Fog. Never heard of them. Steve Harley and Cocky Rebel. Heard of them. They're very good. Even sang one of their songs in a band.
Which one?
10cc. I think was it Come Up and See Me, Make Me Smile? Yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, Roy is still a star. Has he still got the hair and the glasses? the hair and the star glasses.
You're looking very well polished tonight. Actually, you been down to the garage or something?
Yeah, I have. I went down the. Yes, down the. What's that? No, I can't remember.
Keep going.
Anyway, 10cc. This gig here, I think this one here
Yeah.
was we had a little chat about it before,
Yes.
but I think that one there was the one where they were both I think two guys in the band were sick with the flu, so
Oh.
they had to they only played a few songs to that gig, and
Oh yeah, that guy.
they had to call in sick.
Gosh.
Yeah, so they came back. I think maybe a week or two later. But that gig there is there's a recording of that, which is a bit odd. I haven't heard it, but it's only like half an hour long. But it's
Right.
I think Jack will have it. Yeah. Steve Harley and Cockney Rebel again. I know it appeals to my nerdiness, but I love it. Quite like it when a band plays the same day the next year, which they did. Leonard Skinner and Clover. That would have been, I don't know, that'd been an amazing gig, I think, too. Sailor, did they do, sorry, I'm going back to Steve Harley and the Cockney Rebel. What did Sailor do? Did they do January? January?
That could have been them. It's that sort of.
Yeah. Or was that, yeah, maybe that was them. Anyway, Leonard Skinner and Clover, they did 2 nights. Probably a rocking weekend. Oh, it wasn't even a weekend. It was probably a rocking midweek in Glasgow that week. Well, they didn't get the Saturday night because ABBA was playing, and that probably that would be good. ABBA would be good. Leonard Skinner would be good again. Sorry, Bebop Deluxe. I listened to Bebop Deluxe yesterday just for the sheer
The hell of it.
Curiosity. Odd band. For me,
Really?
quite odd, quite rocky, and then go a bit jazzy, and then rocky and jazzy, and yeah, it was from an old grey whistle test session.
Right.
It was very good. They were good. They were really good, but not my thing. Emmylou Harris. I wonder if she has a. Do you know much about her?
Yeah, I mean she's kind of country rock chick.
Yeah,
she's
the best.
Damn good, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's the. Every time you see her, she always sings harmony. Everything. Even if she's singing with herself, she sings herself harmony. No, she doesn't. She sings her own harmony. No, she's very good. UFO and Liar. It was a few tickets up this week for that, I think, that gig. The Horselips, got to be careful when you say that. And the Enid, the Horselips, the Irish band, kind of folk rock, really.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I like them.
The Enid, are they a prog band?
Prog, yeah. I've seen them. Saw them. Where did I see them? I think it was in Edinburgh, Usher Hall or something. Very
good.
Twiddly, very, very twiddly type of prog.
They seem like they would do, I don't know, sort of Hobbit songs.
It's fairly accurate.
Just the name feels a bit hobbitish.
Yes.
Yeah. And every time I read Wounded John Scott Cree, I always think of Wounded John Scott Knee for some reason. Well, it's got 2 E's in it, but I think, oh, poor guy, he's hurt his knee. Anyway, that's just me. Madness and the Modettes. There was a couple of comments on that some people said that was a really good gig, and Modettes were good support. Emmylou Harris again. There she goes. She's not on the same day. Disappointing. Same year. Different. Gary Glitter again, and the Strings. I don't know what they were. The Stiff Little Fingers, the Alarm. That would have been superb gig because I love Stiff Little Fingers. I've probably said on here I've seen them. I saw them here, in Sydney, and I'd forgotten that I knew every one of the songs. I used to. I had a good mate. You know Jock Meeklum?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he gave me. I'm pretty sure he gave me a tape of Stiff Little Fingers, and I played it non-stop for for a long time, a couple of years anyway, and I'd forgotten that I knew all the songs. He gave me them at school, not this last week. The Stranglers gig, Doug probably was at that. Doug Forster. Yeah. Forster, he was probably there. Probably loved it. Yeah. And Saxon and Verity. I listened to this gig at the weekend. The other day. I listened to it the other day. Really good gig. I enjoyed it. Although a lot of people were saying that Biff isn't a great singer. He is a great singer. I think he's a really good singer. He's just got he's got a different way of singing. He sings with his accent mostly. So
yes.
And is he from Barnsley? Didn't clear that up?
I didn't clear it up, but I think he is. I mean, he certainly sounds like he's from Barnsley.
Yeah. Anyway,
we've got there you go. It was
big
Pilot that sang January, mate.
Yes, it was January. Love that song.
Okay, as long as you're happy.
Yeah. You know, the days before the internet, right?
Yeah.
I was at uni, and that song popped into my head, and I was saying to everyone I knew, "Do you know this song?" It goes, "January, sick and tired," and they were going, "Yeah," and I was like, "Who sang it?" And they were going, "Oh no, I can't remember." And for about 2 weeks, I was asking everyone, and then someone told me, and I was like, "Man, if we had the internet, that would be so easy." You could probably sing it into your phone now and just go, "What's this song, man?" Anyway,
whistle it these days, don't you?
Yeah.
So, can we go back to the Saxon controversy? Controversy.
Yeah.
Is it controversy or controversy? Better get that right as well.
Don't
know.
Controversial.
Okay. I'm going to play a bit of that, mate. I'm going to play a bit of that.
Okay.
Because we've played Saxon once before. It's the first time we've played a band twice as well. This is show 12. And it's taken us 3 months to come round to the same band again. What's this glass of champagne? What's that? Is that the song that your lot sang?
Maybe.
We're really clueless this week, mate. We're going to have to pick up our game after this video, right? So you need to concentrate and think about what we're going to say after this video. Right, folks.
Sailor.
Sailor.
Glass of champagne. I just looked it up. Googled it.
Right. Here's Saxon, and let's see what we think of Biff and the boys doing their... All right. Okay, Raymond. Thank you. Well done. Right. Here's a wee bit of Saxon.
see us here at the Apollo, all right? And some of you have been telling us that it's been pretty boring while we've been away, okay? Right? But we remember our friends, okay? And we gotta go fucking back next year, all right? And we're gonna keep heavy metal #1 in Scotland, all right?
Saxon live at the Apollo, as recorded in February 1984 by Radio Clyde. The engineer was Tom Stevenson, and the producer was Alistair Owen.
I had to leave that on at the end. That was the
Sounds a
one.
wee bit faster. Was Tom a bit higher in the old days?
Maybe aged a wee bit.
Saxon.
What did you think of that?
Brilliant. I think if I'd hear it would be shaking. Yeah.
I know they never. I remember seeing them. I think it was one of the early Castle Doningtons when they were sort of quite low down the bill. It might even been the Rainbow one right at the start, actually. And I remember Biff saying on the stage, "One of these years we're going to come back and headline this fucking thing," and they never did. They never quite. They did well. They had a good career, but they never quite. They never became Iron Maiden because they didn't write as good songs as Iron Maiden. I didn't think, but I remember seeing them once in Edinburgh. And I had to leave because it was just a wall of noise. I couldn't hear anything.
Oh.
You know, I like them. I mean, I really like them, but I had to leave that night because I just could not hear a frigging thing. There's a song they've got called Heavy Metal, and it's just like, and it was like that. And I think I took a turn. I think I might have had one or two many glasses of Guinness, mate. I think that might be the
Yeah.
And Trevor said, "See how easy this is. Look, see, Trevor's done the deed. See, look, we've got his name on the screen." And I remember when Graham Oliver chucked his bright yellow SG copy into the audience after setting it on fire. Hey, I don't remember seeing that. I'm doing that when I saw them. I wasn't at that gig. But, it's quite a height for a guitar to come from the Apollo stage, man. If that hit you, that would have you.
I replied and said, was it very cold that night? Trying to heat up the audience, mate. Because we're freezing. God. It's February.
Oh, right. I wondered what you were talking about.
Biker
kid about
bears.
14 caught it and the bouncers wanted it back. You're joking. He was surrounded by these biker bears who protected him till he left with it after the gig. Brilliant.
Good on him. Who is that boy?
That's excellent.
He'd be about our age now.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got, right, this is what happened, right? If you don't do the thing I've asked you to do in the Facebook group, Dave Wilson, this is what happens. We kind of see who you are. And it's only because I've got another laptop running here looking at Facebook that I can tell who you are. So if you get a chance, mate, drop that little link in and have a go at registering. It's dead easy. We're not collecting emails or anything like that. It's just to get the stream. But he says, apparently Saxon were the band that inspired Spinal Tap. Harry Shearer said he copied the bass player's moves on stage. Really? I didn't know. I always thought it was
not all of it. I thought it was Jethro Tull.
Oh.
Yeah, Scott, your volume is going down.
Has it?
A wee bit.
Right, okay. I'll see if I can turn. I don't know how I can turn it up. I don't think I can. Is that okay now? Is that any better? No.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, right. It's fine. We'll work it out. Yeah.
Sorry, guys, if the volume's you probably Andy's quite happy that my volume's low. Thanks, Graham. I did a stream earlier today, and somebody else said the same thing. So I think I might have a little problem. And there's Raymond saying the same thing. It was Jethro Tull. There you go. I don't know. It's probably the mole.
It's probably the mole. I mean, they took little bits of everything.
Yeah. I
Stonehenge.
really like that film.
Stonehenge.
Do you like the film?
I love the film.
It's
classic.
Yeah, it's a brilliant film. Why is my microphone low?
Don't even look at it.
Oh, no, I better not touch it, because if I touch it, I'll break it, won't I? Right, I won't do it. I'll just speak up a bit. Very quiet, Scott. Oh dear. Sorry, guys.
No, you're all right. I can hear you.
Right, okay. Well, it can't be too bad. I'll quieter than usual, but can hear okay. Okay, Chris, thanks. I'll have a go at fixing it when we're playing one of the videos. Right. So the next bit that we always like to do for new people who are on, and I know there's a few new people on, we always start with what happened. And you've changed the rules, haven't you? Was it this week, or was it leading up to this week?
No, I've just kept it the same.
Have you?
What are we talking about?
The gigs this week.
That was last week.
Right, no, but have you? I know what you did tonight was last week. What are you doing now? Are you doing them from 7 days, or are you doing them 7 days?
Well, we'd have to do 2 then.
I said either or, your tube.
Well, this is well, this is all. This is either. I don't care. I haven't done it yet.
Obtuse. When you get obtuse, there's no point, right? There's just no point. He recovers. Right, hang on. Right. What we normally do is we look at some period, which neither of us have a clue which one it is. We start with that, and then we go into this bit, which is probably my favourite bit of the whole show, to be honest. Right, Andy. We're not doing the top, we decided we're not doing the top 10 anymore because it's getting monotonous.
No, well, it's not monotonous. I quite like doing it, but I just couldn't be. I didn't have enough time this morning.
You nearly said the truth there, didn't you? I couldn't be. But yeah, right, okay. So I reckon Bon Scott was at number 1.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Oh, don't reverse engineer it, mate. Don't.
He might have been.
So what about?
It wasn't much different from last week, anyway.
Okay. What about
what's happened this week? Well, we've got 8,616 members, which is fantastic. Almost a triple sellout there. Facebook's telling me that we've got 125 new members, and I'd like to thank every one of them for taking time to subscribe or join and comment and look and scroll and go, oh my God, these guys just talk about heavy metal all the time. We don't.
We really don't.
No, we don't. It's just that most bands that are recorded were rock bands, which is unfortunate. It's not unfortunate, but it's unfortunate that pop bands weren't recorded as much. There was 5,403 active members. Once again, thank you all for having a look at all the posts. Some posts get a heap, like 200, 300, 400, well, not 400, 200 comments. There was one this week, not what you were talking about, the Saxon one. It was a Rolling Stones one. And there was a few choice words spoken. Almost as many as the dueling electricians from last week. But I don't understand why you would start an argument, but if you're never going to change anyone's mind, but have a go, but it's just pointless. There was some controversy along the lines of a drummer not drumming the whole gig, and anyway, I listened to the gig. I couldn't at any point hear someone go, and now the other drummer's going to play for the Rolling Stones. But I don't think maybe we just got a bit of confusion.
Maybe. Because
there was a percussionist on stage, so maybe he did maybe he took over a wee bit, and did a bit more. Yeah. Anyway, that's what happened. As usual, I don't know if it's maybe because of you guys in lockdown there. There's a bit more quick temperedness, maybe.
I know I'm getting sick of listening to you every week, but
Yeah,
everybody else is all right, mate. So
yeah.
there's some feedback. Look, take two. Oh dear. Oh, here's sensible. Look, here we go. Trust a lady to do it. If you changed to next week, you'd have to skip a week unless you did both in 1 week. There you go.
That's what I was saying.
Was it?
Yes.
I didn't understand a word that you said, but I understand Irene perfectly. Thank you, Irene.
I said we'd have to do 2 weeks.
Did
I
you?
think. Yeah. We'd have to do 2.
I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not going to defend myself. Right. There was a few things that I wanted to mention as well, if you don't mind,
Right.
sir. There's a funny one. Look, has anyone there? Chris is asking, where did the expression "your tube" come from? I had no idea. It's one that, Chris, I was reminded of it actually in here about, I think, the first or second week. I think somebody wrote it in the comments, because it's not one I'd heard myself for a while, and ever since I heard it, I've been using it again. And you should see my other half, because she's like posh girl from Poshville in Ingerland, and I said to her, "Yeah, tube," and she looked at me.
And then there was no dinner rations for you for that whole week.
Yeah. Hang on, who does the cooking in my house? You know that. No.
Oh yeah. The kids.
Yeah. I came down the stairs this afternoon, and my youngest was hitting a nail into the worktop. A hammer, just poof, in the kitchen worktop. It's excellent. Anyway, the joys of homeschooling. So there's a few things I wanted to mention. There's actually quite a few. John McDermott told a story. I thought it was really cool. He mentioned his uncle had just joined the group, a guy called Stephen Boyd. And when he went to his first gig, Stephen had been feeding him albums, and it was quite a good array of different types of music, but it was Zet, Barclay James Harvest, Jethro Tull, etc., etc. And it made me wonder, mate, that maybe one week we should do a show about, how did you get into the types of music you get into? Because it was really quite nice. Quite like that. How did you get into it? Was it your dad, or was it your mates, or what was it with you?
I don't know. I sent you a wee picture a wee while ago about me. Did you remember that? With me wearing a police badge.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah. So that was Jock Meeklum. He kind of got me into the police and everything. So that'd be high school. Early high school, first year, second year high school. I mean, when you're at primary school, you're probably just when we were, what was it? When I was a kid, it was Radio Clyde, and Top of the Pops. That was my diet.
Well, I got kind of when my mum and dad were.
And my dad playing Hank Williams a lot. Country.
Hank Williams is pretty good, actually.
There's a lot of yodeling in Hank Williams.
I know, but apart from the yodeling,
but I think that might have been his appeal.
Not for me. Again, the only yodeling I ever liked was that Focus song. It's brilliant. Anyway, mine was mum and dad were into. Dad was into Elvis Presley, and mum was into Cliff Richard, or she still says to this day Cliff Richards. I don't know. She doesn't know his name.
I think as a Scottish, there's a lot of people in Scotland do that.
Do they?
Yeah.
So I retained a deep dislike for both of those artists because mum and dad were so into them. But then I heard Elvis Presley's Chess Sessions in 1958. Amazing! Bloody hell, that boy could sing. I'm still not that keen on Cliff Richard. I quite liked Carrie. You remember that song, Carrie? Anyway,
nope. I like Devil Woman.
That was a good song as well. Yeah. But I remember I think it might have been Kenny Harvey, one of your mates, that gave me a copy. We swapped it, or he gave me it because he had two. He was from the middle class part of the town, and I was in the Council estate, and we had no cash. And I think Kenny gave me a copy of an album called Axe Attack, and it was that album that I remember putting it on. And I think the album's up there on my wall here. It's got Sabbath, AC/DC, Gillan, Judas Priest, Whitesnake, Rainbow, Motorhead, and Iron Maiden on it, and others. It's a pretty damn good album, actually. But I remember putting it on, and Motorhead, some smarty pants will tell me, but I put it on, and Motorhead was it, and it just blew my head off, and I was like, oh, what's that? And the best bit was my dad hated it.
Yeah.
That was it. Motorhead fan.
Actually, my dad bought me If You Want Blood for my Christmas one year.
Right.
And then, I used to just play that all the time. All the time going, man, this was, maybe that's what, and I goes, man, this was recorded at the Apollo in Glasgow, just up the road there. Wow. How could they do that? Yeah. When you're a kid, you think, like, it's unattainable to be able to record and listen to something that just recorded up the road.
Down the road.
Yeah.
And there's just the controversy about the word tube is continuing. Irene says, isn't it tube? It could be pronounced tube. And then Ian Baird saying, oh, this is a lot easier, guys. Thanks for registering on that thing. You should have chibbed him. Oh, there's another one that's not tube, though, is it? It's different. Chib's a knife, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, chibs, yes.
Andy and I have been out of Scotland for combined half a century, so we're. And,
yes, Chris, you're right.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I think a lot of folk have to remember that, because folk often say to me, oh, the music today isn't as good as it used to be. If you liked it, it wouldn't be any good. It's not for you, it's for the kids, and I think that's right. I think you're absolutely right. My dad cannot, he still gets the names Dire Straits and Lionheart, Skinhead, and he was only in his 30s during this period. He wasn't like old. He was born in 1948, so he wasn't that old. But it's hilarious. Anyway, thanks for John, and well done, Stephen. Good job, mate. Good.
Yeah, I used to hear a lot of what is that noise? It's just noise. It's just a lot of noise.
Yeah, and I've always resisted saying the same thing myself, but I have been tempted. Anyway. And Cheryl's saying early mid-70s, Top of the Pops influence later. Annie Nightingale. And do you know, I never really listened much to her. I saw her in the Whistle Test, but I never really listened to her radio show very much. And of course, John Peel, what a man.
That's probably, I'm making excuses here, but I think that's why I didn't do well at high school. Because I listened to John Peel every night, 5 days a week, until 12 o'clock, and turning out to school the next day. Yeah. What an idiot.
And Graham's saying, good, thanks for joining us again, Graham. My brother got me into rock, especially listening to Zepp 2, great album. Deep Purple and Rock, good album. Oh, and Black Knight, well, not too bad, eh? And not a bad entrance, absolutely. Yeah. And this is good. K-Tel, Top of the Pops albums. Do you remember K-Tel? Oh, dear. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I actually regret. I regret not being more into the different types of music now, particularly punk, because I wish I'd been at some of those gigs. I really do wish I'd been at some of those gigs. Yeah. There you go, John. You got us talking for 10 minutes. That's fantastic. So thanks for adding that to the Facebook group. Yeah. Another one, I don't know if you saw it, Andy. Paul Sally, I think that's how you pronounce your name, Paul, if you're on. He posted a bit about Maggie Bell playing the Apollo in 1972, and he actually posted a review. I just thought there was a nice line in there. Of course, Maggie Bell was an incredible singer and still is an incredible singer. And in the report that Paul posted, Maggie says this, I think that's quite nice. It's only when I'm here I realise what an honour it is to be on stage - up there. I think, I have seen Maggie Bell and she's just outstanding, and I don't know why she's not much more famous than she is. Have you listened to, obviously you've listened to her, do you know, have you seen her at all?
No, no, I haven't. Yeah. Did she sing No Mean City?
I think she did. Yes, I think she did.
Is that a Taggart?
Taggart. Yeah, I think it was Maggie Bell. Yeah, good song. Yeah. Other one.
Well, I would have loved to hear Maggie Bell and Frankie Miller sing together.
Oh man, that would have been
beyond. That would have been pretty good.
Brilliant. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. We've got quite a lot of new members this week. And Andy and I both love them, don't we? Because they just sort of go, you know.
Yeah.
and it's magic. It really is. The enthusiasm's amazing. And one of those was a guy called Joseph Sterling. Hi, Joseph, if you're there. And he mainly had Green's Playhouse tickets. Well, I think it was all Green's Playhouse tickets. I'll tell you what, there was some cracking gigs. I mean, it was Bowie, Genesis, but there's a couple of ones that I think are worthy of just a bit more pausing a wee bit. Donovan, supported by Billy Connolly. That'd have been good.
Yeah.
That'd have been good. Donovan, whatever happened to him? Did he disappear up a marijuana thing or
He
something?
lives in Holland now, I think.
Does he? All right. Okay.
Yeah. I watched there was a thing on Burns Night called the Big Burns Supper, I think, and he was on it.
All right.
Singing a little one of his tunes, I think. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. He's got a bit of a weird accent now, but he's got yeah. I think he was born in Glasgow and then moved to England. Maybe. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. I might be wrong.
I mean, I've heard this music, and I think I always thought it was. I couldn't quite get it. I'm not saying it's bad, but I just couldn't quite get
Mellow Yellow.
I remember that. Don't like that. You like everything. What? Is there anything you don't like?
Yes, I do not like music that goes.
If you want to see that sort of album, get the new Steve Wilson album. It's brilliant at that rubbish. Anyway, but Joseph, thank you. And it was great because there was a whole load of folk quoted in that post, the gigs they went to in the 70s, and there was a debate about whether it was the best decade. I don't know if I can debate that with anybody. I think the best decade is, well, certainly for me, was when I was now. Yes, it was great. So there's Ian Baird just saying he asked Paul to post that. Yeah, it was really good. He's writing a book about Jimmy McCulloch, guitarist.
Brilliant.
It's all very good. Excellent. That's a really well written article, Ian. So thank you very much. I've actually got one of the pictures. It's where is it? There it is there. So it's quite a nice picture as well. There she is in action. You can almost hear the music from the picture, can't you? She's got one of those really expressive faces. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thanks again, mate. That was really good of you to post that. Good. I loved it. Right, next.
Now, someone, I think it was Bon Scott, posted a link to the band Glasgow. Now, I let that lie because they actually did play the Apollo, but it was in a sneaky way. So you got in there, Bon. It was nearly out, but yeah.
So tell the guys why. Come on, you can't.
Why? Oh, sorry, why? Because the Glasgow, the band Glasgow, where I presume there was a gig. Was it this Rolling Stones gig? No, it wasn't. It was some gig anyway, and they were the sound check band, I think.
Kiss.
Oh, Kiss, that's right. So they were the sound check band for the recording because Radio Clyde were recording it. So I think they got Glasgow in to do the sound check for all the mobile recording stuff. So they did actually play it, but they didn't have any audience. Yeah.
I would love it if we could get photographs of that to appear from somewhere.
Well, presumably the chap who did the pictures of Kiss took pictures of Glasgow. Yeah.
They're unbelievable. And there's Cheryl. Good taste, Cheryl, definitely. She agrees with me. And yes, she sang No Means City. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I like Cheryl.
She agrees with me.
That's what I want. That's what I want more of in this show. The other thing that
consensus for me.
The other thing that came up, we were talking earlier about Saxon. Ken Ross, if you're there, you really made me laugh. He posted his ticket from the Saxon gig in '84 that we played earlier, and we mentioned there was some argument about whether Biff could sing or not. But the best bit was that he went to the gig in Edinburgh. So did I. I was at the same gig. I didn't go to the Apollo gig that tour, and he got a drumstick from the drummer, believe it or not, and then he used it in his own band, and he thought that was great, but he said, my own band, we were shite. You had me giggling, Ken. I was reading that about 2 hours ago because I was just reviewing the group, and it really made me smile. It really did make me smile.
That's good.
Yeah, and let's just check the chat again. God, there's loads tonight. Thank you very much, folks. Maggie sang with Stone the Crows, absolutely. Also had Alex's brother Les Harvey, who sadly was electrocuted live on stage. Yes, a terrible story that. And there's again talking about links to films. Have you seen the film Still Crazy? Yeah, I know you have, Andy. Yeah, with Bill Nye and Billy Connolly, etc. Well, they based part of the story of that film on Harvey's sad death, because the singer in the band Strange Fruit, which is the band that they made up for Still Crazy, which is all the songs were written by Foreigner. If you've never seen it, it's a fantastic film. I loved it. It's a kind of British, warm, like a hot chocolate film.
Did Foreigner write the songs for it?
Yeah.
What's his name? Anyway.
Box. No, that's Uriah Heep. What's his name? The
Mick Jones.
Guitarist. Him.
Mick Jones?
Somebody will tell us. They're much smarter than we are.
Mick Jones. The Collective. The Borg.
The Borg. Anyway, yeah, absolutely, Graham. It was very sad, but Maggie was brilliant. I remember this is the time, of course. I mean, back in the day when I first heard Maggie, because I love Janis Joplin's voice, absolutely love her. And somebody said to me, "Oh, there's a woman in Scotland that sounds just like her." And I think I heard something on Tom Russell's show, and it was a Stone the Crows song. And I thought, and I tried to get the albums, and I couldn't get them. I couldn't afford them in HMV or whatever I listened. And eventually I got hold of them, and she's terrific. I mean, absolutely brilliant. And if you've never listened to them, I recommend them because they're really, really brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so that was that one. So it was a good story, Ken. Thank you very much. Other things that came up. There was Matt Stevenson. He was another one this week who was lamenting about the music in the 70s and how he was too young. He missed it. Which is kind of how I feel as well. The 70s of the Apollo were amazing, but it was quite funny because they went to Saxon Kiss and Man o' War at the Apollo. And there was an awful lot of folk commiserating him on seeing Man o' War because it was one of the worst attended gigs ever at the Apollo. And I mean, they're testosterone-driven cavemen. I don't know how to describe them. They're probably, I mean, they're the type of music that is probably a good laugh, but they're the type of music. Hard rock, a bad name, it's.
But the guy is some singer.
Oh, he's a brilliant singer, absolutely. And someone else, Neil, and I can't read more right. Neil, sorry, is it Neil Lewis? He went to see them at the Playhouse at the same tour, and apparently it was packed. So obviously, Man o' War appeals more to the posh folk over in Edinburgh.
No cavemen there.
Yeah, no, I like cavemen in Edinburgh. But what happened was Neil was standing at the front, Andy, with a Twisted Sister t-shirt on with the arms cut off, and he was making faces at the singer. What was it, Ross the Boss? Is that the singer, is it?
Yeah. Oh, no, the bass.
Oh, I have no idea. Anyway, and I can imagine Man o' War and Twisted Sister were quite into that sort of Blur versus Oasis type crap that you used to get between bands. And anyway, the bouncers chased them. Because he had this t-shirt on and he was giving Ross the Boss the eye. So good on you, mate. So thanks for that, Matt and Neil. Let's see what's happening here. God, there's loads of these. Cheryl saying, my favourite female singer, Janis Joplin. Yeah, I mean, Janis Joplin and Melissa Etheridge, they're my favourite two female singers. Absolutely brilliant. And Strange Fruit was the fictitious band. UK version of Spinal Tap. I think I don't think so. It's actually, they're quite a good band. Spinal Tap were obviously a comedic, and although Strange Fruit were comedic, it was more the characterization that was comedic. The music's actually quite good. So I don't, and they weren't really a joke. Well, they were a joke in that they got drunk. One of them died, etc. But not like the drummers did in Spinal Tap, which was like exploding drummers and all the rest of it. It wasn't quite the same. I see where you're coming from, Graham. But I don't think it is. I actually think it's a better film than Spinal Tap for something. And I know a lot of folk would think that's crap, but personally, I love it. It's like a cup of hot chocolate for me. I just love it. I think it's really sweet. So I like that. And right, finally, and we couldn't go without mentioning the great Leonard Skinnard. Derek and Ian, Derek McAdam, Ian Bamford posted about it. Loads of stuff. There was debates about it. There was one guy, Graham, one of our regulars, Graham McDonald, said that the gig in '77 wasn't the best one because the band were even more pissed than he was on the stage. But they were actually, it must have been. I would love to have seen them. They are one of the bands that I've seen Leonard Skinner, but not Leonard Skinner. I saw them not long ago, and they were terrific, to be honest. But I would love to have seen the original band. And apparently in '77, there's somebody will tell me, probably Graham or somebody that knows this stuff really well, that Ricky Medlock was in the band in '77.
Someone said he played on the first album.
Aye, and Ricky Medlock's one of the best frontmen I've ever seen, and it disappointed me slightly when I saw him with Skinner. Although he was unbelievably good guitar player, but he didn't sing anything. Did some backing vocals. But that boy, remember Highway Song? Great song. So that was something that came up. There was a load of comments. There's obviously a lot of love for Skinner out there, which is terrific. So thanks, guys, for mentioning that. Here's Ian thinking feedback is that still think The Ruttles is the best rock parody film. I've seen that, but I think I was quite well refreshed when I saw it. And if I'm honest, I can't really remember it. So I might need to go back and watch that because it's probably.
I remember watching it. Watching it with my dad.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was funny. I was kind of a bit confused. I was going, this is like I was a kid. I was going, this is like the Beatles. What? These guys are like the Beatles. I've never heard of them. The Ruttles. Sounds like the same thing. But yeah, later on you realise I was a kid, for Christ's sake. Then my dad explained it. I was like, oh, right.
I see.
But yeah.
But they toured as well, didn't they? I mean, they did gigs, didn't they, the Ruttles, did they?
They might have done, yeah. But I think Neil Innes just died recently, last year.
Really?
He was in it, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
maybe not. Maybe I've made him dead before his time, but I thought he died.
Once again, I think the Borg will sort us out, mate. The Apollo Borg will soon tell us if he is or he isn't. Now, the next bit, my favourite part of the show. Nothing. Not a thing. Not one. Not even an email saying, we might send you one, Scott. Now, come on. For new watchers, this is an idea that we had to try and record our memories on video. And boy, we've had some crackers, haven't we? I mean, they've been really good. Really good. And but I'd like some more, please. So I know it's difficult, and I know I say this every week, but if you're not up to it, you don't fancy it, you can't use the tech, drop me a note. Spelt my water on my keyboard there, mate. That would not have ended well. Let me just see. Yeah, if you could drop me and Andy a note at apollomemories@yahoo.co.uk if you want to do it, and me or Andy will help you do it. Yeah, we'll record it for you. We'll just use Zoom, and then what we can do is we can edit us out, we can interview you, edit us out, and just have you doing your memories. So please get in touch if you fancy it. 10 minutes. We don't need any more time than that to do it. So I'd love it. I really, really, and I know I go on about it, and I'm sorry, but I think it's a really good idea. And I think it was Bond that said 2 or 3 weeks ago, this is of cultural importance to capture these memories. And Bond couldn't say any better myself.
Yeah.
So if you'd like it, it'd be great. I understand that a lot of folk don't want to do it, and I get that. But even just saying what was your first gig, what was your favourite gig, your worst gig, why did you go, what was it like to be there? That's enough. How did it feel? But there are 2 guilty parties on this that haven't done theirs yet. And that's you and me, mate. So we need to do ours as well.
Well, I kind of did it.
When?
I think on our first episode.
Did you?
Sort of did it. Yeah.
Oh, you want me to go back and edit it out from the show, do you?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing that. That's not going to happen. So if you could, guys, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. So would Andy. I mean, it's something that I would love to have it like on YouTube, where we put them all together. We have a couple of hours of proper Apollo choir people talking about the Apollo and what their memories are of it. And it might bore the pants off of some people, but I know it would really appeal to a lot of folk and your kids. So
yeah,
you get a chance to have it. I'd really appreciate it. my son, who's 20, my eldest, he's 22, and he talks about the Apollo because he's heard so much of it from me and Andy over the years. He thinks he's been there, you know. he was born in 1998, so just slightly missed it. Anyway, that's that bit. Now, oh, sorry, I should have read that. Sorry, man, forgive me. Neil Innes died in December 2019. There you go, mate. You were right. Saw him at the Ruttles in the Cavern in 2018.
Saw the Ruttles in the Cavern.
Very good.
That would have been a bit meta. Really?
That was quite a good laugh.
Yeah.
I thought the Cavern closed a long time ago.
Nah, there's. I think there's a one beside it.
Oh, is there? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I stood where it was. Maybe it's closed recently because of COVID or something, but yeah.
Here's Graham. Graham did a brilliant video last week that we showed last week. Maybe just the favourite gig instead of first gig, as the first might not be the fave gig. Yeah, no, absolutely. Could do both.
Yeah.
Graham did a brilliant job because he edited in some film from the tour. It was Deep Purple. With that really bad singer and bass player were in them at the time, and can't remember his name. But Graham did a cracker. We don't need to do this as professionally as Graham, because Graham said he didn't think it was a professional one, but it was him and Bon Scott we showed 1 week. They were both brilliant, absolutely brilliant, the pair of them. So just talk to the camera. You don't need to edit it or anything. Just tell us what you did and what you saw. That would be terrific. Have I gone on enough now?
You've gone on enough.
I've gone on enough now. Right. Let's just have a look and see if I've missed any comments. I don't think so.
Well, what's that? There's a quote from a Greek dude. There's that. What is it? A life recorded. What's that?
Oh, a life recorded is life worth living. It was actually it was twisted by that annoying American Tony Robbins, who does the "Hi, my name's Tony." You know that guy. I'm going to change your life. That guy.
Yeah.
You know, a life well lived is a life worth recording, I think he said. And
right.
You know, I like it though, and it's based on. You're right. It's based on again the catch line for the show. I can't remember.
We are of that age. Yeah.
Maybe we should get some T-shirts where I can't remember on. You know, I was there, or maybe on the back could say I think I was there.
I was a bit pissed.
Yeah, right. Right. I don't think I've missed anything in the chat, so we can do the final. No. Right now, this, as I said earlier, this is the first time we've actually had a recording of a support band when they were a support band. And Andy actually found this on the YouTubes, as my dad calls it. He calls it
pluralize everything.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah, like Cliff Richards. Yes.
Yeah. The Facebooks.
He does actually say, he says COVIDs.
Yeah.
It's this bloody COVIDs carry on, you know, and it's like
is he going to shop in Aldi's?
So this is Clover, who had the one and only Huey Lewis, and it was Leonard Skinner, wasn't it? I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. And Huey Lewis is obviously went on to form Huey Lewis in the News and all the Back to the Future stuff and that, and became really, really famous. And unfortunately, Huey's got a problem with his hearing now, so he's basically not been singing so much. I think the last time he sang was in 2018. So I don't think, unfortunately, we'll ever see him again touring, but boy could sing. So this is Huey Lewis.
He's got Meniere's disease.
Is that what it is? Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're watching, mate, we love you. Here he is.
Yeah.
All right, right now we'd like to Get Loose here and play a little blues for the people in the upper balcony. This one's for you. Ready? Cousin, Plays guitar, sound like a chainsaw busting. In the crowd, I see mom and dad. Hey, hey, uncle, man, your son is bad. Sometimes bad means bad. That ain't good. I said, cool as a rule. Sometimes bad means bad. Now check it out one time. Across the street, a neon sign, all you can eat for $1.99. Also, stew is the fattest in the land. $1 worth was all that I could stand. Sometimes bad means bad. I said, cool as a rule. Sometimes bad means bad. Bad Johnny McBee on the south side guitar. Back uptown, see Marie. Nobody home, I opened the door with my key. I love you, Hugh, it was a note I read, but there's a strange pair of shoes underneath the bed. Sometimes bad means bad. I said cool as a rule, but sometimes bad means bad. Everybody singing one time up top here. Sometimes bad. Sometimes bad means bad. I said cool as a rule. Sometimes bad means bad. Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Brilliant, isn't it? The quality of that recording is superb, mate.
You're so quiet.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm going into the distance again. I'm going to have to get this mic checked out. Oh dear. Sorry. Right.
Sorry. Yeah, that's good. I love that. That's excellent. And they did that song in the Huey Lewis and the News.
Did he? Right.
They kept that going on. And that was recorded at the Apollo. That's an Apollo recording. And it was mixed by a guy who did the video.
Oh, really? All
yeah,
right.
so it's his video. And he recorded it.
I wonder if
he's a sound guy, bass player, or I think it's either Wally Waller or John Povey.
All right, okay.
One of those guys.
All right, okay. Well, maybe we should contact him, mate, because that recording was superb. I mean, really.
He's got he would have the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the show this week, guys. Did you enjoy it, Andy?
Enjoyed it, yes.
Good. Oh, we're getting some good feedback on Clover. Thank you, Derek.
Yeah.
But,
a good band.
Good band. I need to listen to them more. But when you sent me that, I'd obviously heard the name and I knew it was Huey Lewis, but I hadn't listened to them. And I've got them on, and they're a good solid band, aren't they? Really, really good. Graham's asking a good question. Did he record Skinner as well? We'll ask the question. If we can get in touch with him, we'll ask the question.
Well, he was just doing what it says in the blurb for the video. It just says that he was recording that track. He was mixing that.
Right.
But then they got the Leonard Skinner guy to do the mix for Leonard Skinner. But the guy from Leonard Skinner gave him that cassette after it finished. He said, "Here's your recording. There you go."
Wow.
Yeah. So maybe Leonard Skinner recorded everything.
Maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of bands did, didn't they? Still do.
They probably did.
I don't think I've come. Is there a Skinner bootleg? Sorry, rescued recording.
There may well be. I haven't heard one.
So
yeah.
Just in case you haven't come across Rescued Recordings yet, this is our friend Jim, who does Rescued Recordings. It's another Facebook group, which is
Jack.
Jack McCaffrey. He's got over 300 shows now. He's been flooding the internet with recordings this last few weeks. Just a sort of treat for everybody from all over the place, not just from the Apollo. It's been fantastic.
Yeah.
A lot of the Radio Clyde recordings are in there. It's well worth joining, and it's a non-commercial site, so it's a really good site. So, okay, so thanks very much those of you who went on at Facebook and changed the little Restream thing. It really, I hope you see it. It really helped. It was really good to see everybody's name on the screen, and it's a bit better. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And we're going to go into our after show Zoom call next. I put the link in the Facebook group, and it is here as well. If I can find it, I did post it in the chat a minute ago. It's in the chat there, guys. You'll see it there. Yeah, there it's there. It's in the chat, and it'd be great to see you there. All right, mate. Will we bring this party to an end?
Yeah, sure.
I think so. Okay. So
if we must.
Look at that. That's an hour, over an hour, and I mean it's unbelievable. So thanks ever so much, everybody. That was terrific. We really do appreciate you guys. So we'll see you next week.
All right.
Cheers, mate.
See ya. Bye.